As you remember, our very first conversation was about physics. We somehow came to discuss Snell's law, which, for those of you who don't know, is a formula used to describe the relationship between the angles of incidence and refraction, referring to light or other waves passing through a boundary between two different isotropic media, such as water, glass, or air.
Obviously.
To be honest, I had very little idea what you were talking about.
L-O-V, L-O-V, L-O-V.
But somehow, it was still an amazing conversation, and I didn't even want it to end. That's how it's been since the very beginning, Ben. Our love is like an ongoing conversation, full of expression and excitement and passion.
If I flew to where you are, would you think to hold my hand?
About a year ago, these two came down to San Diego to visit me. Just so happened they ended up getting engaged on this trip. So you guys can thank me later, you know, just, you're welcome.
I'll come over, grab your hand and dance the night away with
you. For an occasion like today, we don't just roll out of bed in our sweats. Ties are tied, necklaces are selected to match the heels. This is especially true of you two. You know, the sharp-looking tux, you did your hair and your makeup, a manicure and a pedicure, and Grace, I bet you did some of those things too.
With their unity today, symbolized here by adding a solvent of acetic acid into a solute of sodium bicarbonate, their life will erupt into a grand adventure filled with love and companionship.
Everyone gathered here today, will you support Ben and Grace with kindness, friendship, honesty, and steadfast care as they grow in their marriage? If so, please respond with a resounding, we will. We will. I love it, that was resounding.
You have been the spark of joy in my life since I met you 4 years ago. Psalm 73:23 reminds me each day that God is always with us. Today, He blesses me with your love and the support that your left hand brings in marriage.
You're a man of great integrity, and I'm so proud to walk beside you as your wife. As we grow old together and our love matures, and we get wrinkles and stuff, may we hold on to the passion and affection for each other that we feel today.
And will you take Grace to be your wife? Will you pledge? I love that response. I have a few more questions. Will you pledge your faithfulness to her in all love and honor, to live with her according to the ordinance of God in the holy bond of marriage? If so, say, I will.
I will.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time, Ben and Gracie Bishop.
Every time I go to visit her, she always has a gift waiting for me, usually about 5 gifts. She's the most considerate person in my entire life. But really what I want to focus on today is how excited I am to gain a brother, because I've never had a brother. I've never been able to be the annoying little sister that I've always wanted to be.
I never told you I had a plan. I'm just digging for quarters anywhere I can. You said, please come back. You said, don't look back. You said, all I want is to make you laugh now.
Ben and I have had so many memories together, from watching pretty much every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in existence to playing Dungeons and Dragons till late at night. Yeah! It's an absolute honor to be your friend and your best man today.
You got that love in that I want. 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 You got that love in.
thank you, Ben, for being the one who will cherish this role and this responsibility and this opportunity to care for Grace and love Grace as much as Peggy and I did in her growing up here. So raise your glass to the bride and groom.
It's amazing to see the glowing love that you have for each other. Just seeing you guys together makes me so happy.
No matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together.